answer the door to a police officer holding up a missing poster with a picture of my cat. Ma'am, do you have this cat on your premises? I freeze. I did have the cat. She was sleeping on the brand new burger-shaped bed I had gotten for her because she was my cat. I try to say to the officer calmly, I think there's been a mistake. I didn't put those up. I'm not here because I thought you put them up. I'm here because we were given an anonymous call saying that someone saw one of these posters and then saw the missing cat in your window. The anonymous tip explained that they knew the individual who put up the posters and that you weren't them. Therefore, I need to ask you to provide proof of ownership, or else I'll need to take the cat temporarily until ownership is proven. The blood drains from my face, and I have to steady myself by grabbing onto the door. Tulip, the cat in question, came into my life when I found her as a stray behind a dumpster. I didn't have adoption papers for her. That was 3 years ago. If this were a past owner, then why would they wait until now to try to take her back? My heart is pounding when I ask, what would qualify as proof of ownership? Can I give you a vet bill or something? The cop shrugs. That could work if it has your name and the cat's name. A spark of hope ignites in my chest, and I excuse myself to sprint up the stairs. I go straight to my bedside table, where I keep all of my important documents, but I can't find it. No. I never lose things. Everything in my home has a place. It has to. I can't help it. I was diagnosed with OCD at a young age, and I feel as if little needles are stabbing me up and down my spine when things are out of order. And yet, Tulip's paperwork was not where it was supposed to be. My heart is pounding too fast, and I start to worry if I'm about to have an episode. Just then, Tuplid rubs against my leg, purring. Ever since moving to an area where I was alone, without friends or family, Tulip has been there to help calm me back down. Something about the vibrations of her purring brings me back to reality, and she has saved me from countless bad episodes. I reach down and pet her, take a deep breath, and then head back downstairs. I force a big smile and ask, it's taking me a minute to find the paperwork. Would you like to come in for a minute while I look? The cop shook his head. I can't spend forever waiting. Please, I swear I have proof. I just need a minute. I have coffee and donuts? The cop narrows his eyes at me. I chuckle awkwardly. Too cliche, but he ends up agreeing anyway. While he's sitting at my kitchen table, I race back up the stairs and frantically begin to tear my room apart. That horrible feeling rakes at the back of my brain, but I do everything to ignore it. I had to find proof. I couldn't let him take away Tulip. I quickly emailed the vet office asking for copies, but got an automated response telling me that the office was closed for the next few days due to building repairs. I groaned. Then I remembered Tulip's vest. Since I was renting a townhome that didn't allow pets, I had to get Tulip certified as an emotional support animal and bought her a name tag and vest. I rushed to the linen closet and froze stiff before even opening it. The carpet in front of the door looked wrong. I always swiped my feet side to side a couple of times in front of the door to even out the carpet. But here I was looking down at a clear impression, showing where someone stood in front of the door. Then, when I opened the door, Tulip's leash and vest were missing. I felt a cold wave of terror pass over me as I realized what was happening. Not only did someone put up fake posters, but they also broke into my home to steal any proof I had that I owned Tulip. I was shaking. I didn't have time because I was sure the cop downstairs was getting impatient. I started to see stars this time. Again, Tulip senses I need help, and this time I pick her up and hold her close. I moved to a new city to get away from an abusive home. I felt alone and lost until I found her. The cop called up from downstairs asking for me. I had tears in my eyes, but told myself I had to focus. Maybe I could still convince him that Tulip was my family. But when I got to the bottom of the steps, I was distracted by 3 sandwich baggies lying on the kitchen table. Their contents included a flathead screwdriver, a piece of red fabric, and a business card. Before I could ask what was with the stuff, the cop asked me, your home is too weirdly clean and neat to have a ripped screen and muddy fingerprints on the edge of the windowsill. Obviously someone broke in. Any idea who would and why? My jaw dropped. I looked back down at the items. The screwdriver that ripped through the screen was owned by the same person who always wore a red jacket, and from her ripped jacket pocket, a scrap piece of fabric and one of her business cards fell out. It was the one person in the world who had a problem with Tulip, my landlord, Mrs. Baker. She came up with this plan to get her hands on Tulip. After an investigation, emails were found on her laptop where she told a shelter 2 counties over that she had a very sick cat she wanted to be put down humanely. Tulip and I moved shortly after her arrest.